Previously on the channel, I had another week of madness with the unit build taking over my life, and because I wasn't out detailing, I was losing money fast. But there was still so much to get through, and with the weather being horrific and no money coming through the doors, I was getting close to being finished before I even got started. And with the grand opening just a few weeks away, this was becoming the biggest challenge I've ever faced in my life. But whilst this chapter in the story was becoming more of a do or die moment, there was another monumental twist that could possibly change everything. Yes, this really did happen. I managed to blag myself a free Fiat 500. And you may ask yourself how on earth I managed to blag myself a free car. And if this story doesn't put your faith in the universe manifesting a dream into reality, then nothing will. So here it goes. Let's rewind the clock back to December 2021, where I managed to get my wife a Fiat 500 for Christmas. And it was a cracking little car. However, just 14 months later, I got myself into a bit of bother. So I did what pretty much every single other detailer did in January. I ran out of money, so I had two options: either sell the car or sell my beloved van. More on this story coming up. Now back to the unit build, and it's time for a progress report because I can finally tick something off from my list. Step into my office. It is a little bit snug, but on a serious note, if this was a London property, they'll be renting this little room with an ensuite for about $2.5 grand. And I have got more work to do in the toilet area as well, because it's still pretty manky at the minute, but we are getting there. We are making a lot of progress. As for my desk, it's basically just balancing on there. So I've attached it to the filing cabinet. I mean, it doesn't fit like a glove, but no one's going to see that anyway. Being a typical March day in the UK, you'd normally expect to see the sun come out, birds chirping in the morning, and daffodils starting to bloom. However, you're having a laugh, it's nearly summer. Being snowed off, I decided to have a clear out and make some space for the new Epic automotive products, so I had to be ruthless. Right, I'm getting rid of loads more stuff. I can't even keep it on the shelf much longer. I'll leave it outside my unit. If someone comes and takes it, brilliant. At least someone's going to benefit from it because it's just sitting here on a shelf. I mean, look at the labels on that. I feel really bad because it's quite a good glass cleaner, but I'm just never going to use it. I've got so much glass cleaner anyway over there. I just don't need any more. Now let's go back to the Fiat 500 story, because during January things got really tough as I had to sell the van, and it was the right thing to do because my mate Dave wanted it for his business and we already had 3 vehicles, so it made sense to cut back. And I could just make do with the Ford S-Max as it was big enough to carry all my car cleaning gear. And at least my wife had her Fiat 500, right? But sadly, that wasn't enough, so I had to sell the car as well. And can you imagine how that felt on my wife? I mean, for me to even say it to her, I felt like I let her down as well. I felt like I let my family down. Things got really tough in January. I'd taken on the unit and then I got really ill as well. And then the weather turned awful, so when I did get better, I couldn't go out and earn some money. We were down to one car, so we got rid of the Fiat, we got rid of the van, and we were just left with the S-Max. And that meant I had to use that for detailing, but we also had to use it for the school run and for the dog and for everything else. It became quite a problem, so we had to get another car. So my wife said, we got to get a Nissan Qashqai, that's going to be a good all-rounder, and I agreed with her. However, we didn't get a Qashqai. On the same day that I was about to get one, my friend Jay sent me a DM on Instagram saying, Dave, I'm going to be getting rid of my car, and the thing is, I wanted to get 3 grand for it, but instead I'm going to let you have it for 1,500 quid. And the thing is, no, it wasn't a Nissan Qashqai, and it wasn't a family car, but it was pretty cool. And this is what I got, an Audi TT, and I paid just £1,500 for this utter gem. And I will show you this car in full detail soon, as I've kept it dirty for its big clean on the channel. I mean, this car is utterly brilliant, and it even had a few special features on this one. Oh my flipping god. I've got heated seats. Reese, I've got heated seats. Honestly, I've got heated seats. I've had this car for a week and I didn't even realise. Oh my god, I'm so happy. So as if my wife wasn't angry enough, I had sold her Fiat, I'd sold my van, and then I go and get an Audi TT. So we went back up to 2 cars, then just a few days later my client sent me a WhatsApp group chat called Fiat 500. So I was like, what is this? And moments later he said, I'm going to give you my wife's Fiat 500, as they just have too many cars. However, there was one big drawback. This car had been abandoned in a pub car park, and we had no idea if it was still there. More on that later on. Anyway, it's time to head back to the studio now, and because my unit is on the same farm as where I live, I thought I'd bring my dog to work with me, which didn't quite go to plan. My poor little dog, big dog. Come on boy, look. He doesn't like the flooring, so we have to... Basically, it's like the floor is lava for dogs. Look, do you want to come over here? I've got your dog bed over here. I can't believe the amount of people who slagged off my soaring skills in the last video. I thought I was doing really good at that. Anyway, mind you, this is a bit wobbly. What can I do to stop this from shaking? Much better. I just hope now my measuring skills have been correct. So we've got my favourite gadget out here again. Someone else also had a go at me in the comments going, you're using too much. I don't care, it was free. Yeah, I got brutally slaughtered on the last video for using this. Someone else said that you got to squeeze it and push it forward. I don't believe them, but I'll give it a go. Oh, actually, no, that's... that's much easier. I thought they were just joking. I thought they were taking the mick, saying you've got to glue forwards. I thought, well, that would just get caught up, but no. Turns out I was wrong for the first time in my life. After doing whatever this was, I was becoming incredibly guilty. Sonny, I've made a clear path for you, mate. Look, come over here, look, and come and try out the new carpet. He's gonna love it here. This is a nice little area. I love this. I can't wait to get this done. This is my project for tomorrow morning. Gotta get cracking on it. It's gonna be amazing. Oh, look at him. I can't cope with the sadness. Do you want to go for a walk? Do you want to go for a walkies? Is that why you're turning your head like that? Do you want to go for a walk? Yeah? Let's go do a little runabout. Where's your ball? Yes! Good boy! That's a cracking goal. Well done. After my daily fitness session and my dog showing Leicester City how to play football, he then went back home to sleep in his favourite spot. And don't worry, he didn't stay with me in the unit. He just didn't get on with the new floor tiles. However, if you're not a dog and you want to try these epic floor tiles, then make sure you head on over to epicautomotive.co.uk, where you can now purchase them from our online store. And if you need help working out how many you need, then we can personally take care of everything and give you clear and accurate prices. Back to the car story. And I wasn't sure that the client was joking when he said it had been abandoned in a pub car park. And to make matters worse, the one key wasn't even in the country. After a week or so, UPS delivered the key, so me and my mate Reese went to check it out and see if it was still there. And amazingly, it was. And once he sent the receipt saying that I've received it for free and gave me the V5 document, I could officially say this car was mine. And to be honest with you, when I got this car, I was gobsmacked for so many reasons, but one thing that I thought it did have was 14,000 miles, and it turns out I was wrong. It's actually got less. So this car's got all the mod cons. It's got Bluetooth, it's got Beats, and it's got cruise control. It's got everything you need, so it's not one of the cheapy models here. This is a proper premium spec'd out Fiat. And I didn't even know they existed. So in the space of a few days, we went from 3 vehicles down to 1 and then back up to 3 again. Literally in the space of a few days. This genuinely happened. And you know the funny thing that it came down to? After all of that, the reason why I got given this car, it was several factors. It was always turning up on time. It was fair pricing. It was treating them like a VIP. But this would just go to prove one big key factor. If you're a mobile car valeter and you're just doing these maintenance cleans, trust me, I know you may think, okay, you're not going to get a lot of money here and there, but once you start building a good, close personal relationship with the clients, they become more than clients, they become your friends. And that's when you get things like more tips, more gifts, more wonderful things at Christmas. And in this case, a free car. Next time on the channel, it's pallet wall day and Holly shows me why I should never mess with her. Plus, my mate Dave brings back my old transit van from the dead. and he shows me how to use power tools for the first time ever. And my cat sits on some bloke's head